Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from 5th Canto, Chapter 2, Text number 15. Rupam tapodhana tapascharata tapognam hiye tattukena tapasa bhavato palabdham chartum taporhasi maya sahamitra किं वा प्रसीदति स वै भवभावनो मे. Translation and purport by Abhayacharya and the Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. O best among those performing austerities, where did you get this wonderful beauty that dismantles the austerities performed by others? Where have you learned this art? What austerity have you undergone to achieve this beauty? My dear friend, I desire that you join me to perform austerity and penance, for it may be that the creator of the universe, Lord Brahma, being pleased with me, has sent you to me to become my wife. Purport. Agnidra appreciated the wonderful beauty of Purvachiti. Indeed, he was surprised to see such exceptional beauty, which must have been the result of past austerities and penances. He therefore asked the girl whether she had achieved such beauty just to break the penances and austerities of others. He thought that Lord Brahma, the creator of the universe, might have been pleased with him and might therefore have sent her to become his wife. He requested Purvachiti to become his wife so that together they could perform austerities and penances in family life. In other words, a suitable wife helps her husband perform penances and austerities in household life if both of them are on the same elevated platform of spiritual understanding. Without spiritual understanding, husband and wife cannot be equally situated. Lord Brahma, the creator of the universe, is interested in good progeny. Therefore, unless he is pleased, one cannot get a suitable wife. In fact, Lord Brahma is worshipped in marriage ceremonies. In India, even today, wedding invitations are still issued with a picture of Lord Brahma on the face of the card. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport.
So we are seeing in this chapter activities of Maharaj Agnidra, and he was in the forest performing austerities to get a good wife, and accordingly he was worshipping Lord Brahma, and accordingly he has been sent a beautiful heavenly girl, Purvachiti. And so in very poetic words he is making his proposal, and in today's verse he is acknowledging that how beautiful she is. And so he is saying, Rupam tapodhana tapascharatam tapognam. He is addressing her, Tapodhana, O best of the sages performing austerity. Tapodhana, someone whose wealth is tapas. So, sages, saintly people, rishis, for them they perform austerities, and that tapas is their dhana. So he is addressing her, tapodhana, tapascharatam tapognam, tapascharatam, for those who perform austerities, your beauty seems to be a tapognam. Gna means killer. Tapogna means killer of tapas. So you seem to have beauty, but that beauty is tapascharatam tapognam. Your beauty is the killer of the austerities of those who want to perform austerities. So he is acknowledging what has happened to himself. He was performing austerities and she has come, and his own austerities, tapognam. And then he is saying, Hetattu kena tapasa bhavato bhavata upalabdham. Agnidra is very well trained in Vedic culture, and he understands if someone has such beauty, it must be because of great tapasya she has performed. So he is asking, Kena tapasa bhavato upalabdham. What tapasa have you performed by which you have upalabdham? What have you upalabdham? Etat rupam upalabdham. You have achieved such wonderful beauty. Kena tapasa. What austerity have you performed? And then he is coming to his own situation. Chartum tapaha arhasi maya sahamitra mahyam. He's again addressing her as Mitra, dear friend. Maya saha chartum tapaha. So I wish we can do austerities together. You seem to be an expert in performing austerities. So let's do together. Chartum taporhasi maya sahamitra mahyam. Kimva prasidati savai bhava bhavano me. Bhava bhavana. Bhava means this universe, this material world. That's why it is known as bhava. Bhava roga, to be in this world. Bhava sagara. This material world is like a sagara, like an ocean. Bhava bhavana, one who creates. Bhava bhavano, me prasidati, kimva, maybe. Bhava bhavano, me prasidati, maybe Lord Brahma became pleased with me and he has sent you so that maya saha tapo chartum, so that we can do tapasya together. So these are his thoughts, these are his expressions. O best among those performing austerities, tapodhana, where did you get this wonderful beauty? Rupam. Tapascharatam. Beauty that dismantles the austerities performed by others. Tapognam, tapacharatam, tapognam. Of those who are performing austerities, it dismantles their determination to perform austerities, becomes slackened, dismantles, tapogna, ends. Where have you learned this art? Your art of dismantling the austerities. Tapocharatam, tapognam, that art of dismantling the austerities performed by those people. Where did you learn this art? What austerity have you undergone? Kena tapasa, bhavata kena tapasa. What austerity have you undergone to achieve this beauty? Etat rupam mitra, my dear friend. I desire that you join me, maya saha, to perform austerity and penance. Maya saha tapo chartum tapasaha. For it may be, kimva, for it may be that the creator of the universe, bhava bhavanaha, Lord Brahma, being pleased with me, me prasidati, has sent you to become my wife, Mahyam, that you should become my wife. So, Agnidra, well versed in Vedic understanding, he is asking her the question, Kena tapasa bhavato upalabdham etat rupam bhavata etat rupam kena tapasa upalabdham. So it is well acknowledged in the Vedic knowledge that rupam is a result of tapasa. Janma is a result of tapasa. Somebody is born in a rich family, someone is born in a poor family, someone is born in a very a country or a place where there are terrible situations of living. So Janma, Aishwarya is also tapasa labdham. Shruta, one's ability to learn, intelligence, learning is also tapasa labdham. Shri is beauty, as it is acknowledged in the Bhagavatam, Kunti's prayers. Janma Ishwarya Shruta Shribhir Edamanam Adah Puman. So all these are result of tapasa labdham. So he is asking, what tapasa have you performed to achieve etat rupam? Tapas bhavato etat rupam kena tapasa upalabdham. So, in the material world, the living entities, or rather the human beings, are in different levels of consciousness. One level of consciousness is people see that there are differences in this world and still just that doesn't strike them. They think that I'm in an advantageous situation, let me enjoy. Or if someone is not so advantageous, he or she is thinking, let me improve my situation by hard work. But the thought that why such differences exist, it doesn't strike. See, that's level 0. It is not striking at all to them. Although they see discrepancies around them. Somebody is intelligent, somebody is not intelligent, somebody is beautiful, somebody is not beautiful, someone is rich, someone is poor. So all these differences exist around them, but it doesn't strike them. They're just going on in their life. So that curiosity, oh, why all these differences exist in this world? Maybe I am fortunate, I am beautiful, I am intelligent, good birth I have had. What led to this good birth? I could have been born somewhere else in some other situation. Someone else is born in an unfortunate situation. Or someone else is born in a more fortunate situation. How is it that I am born in this situation? I could have been born there, or I could have been born in another situation. But I am born with what I am. What caused this? Some people, it doesn't even strike them. They just go on with their lives. So, when we notice things in this world, it strikes us, is a sign of intelligence. That's what even we learn from modern history. A lot of people had seen apples falling to the ground. Most people picked it up and ate it. But they were not considered wise men. There was one man who started thinking, why did the apple fall? He observed, saw an apple falling, so it triggered his curiosity. Why did it fall? He started questioning. So questioning is a sign of intelligence. And so large number of people, human beings, they don't question at all. They just go on in their life, working hard, trying to improve their situation. So that is level 0. The next level of enlightenment is they understand that yes, there are certain things which cause, and Vedic literatures give us this information, that tapasa upalabdham. This good fortune, good situation is tapasa upalabdham. And so they perform austerities, they pray to gods, demigods, they pray to Krishna, they pray to Vishnu, they perform different austerities so that they can improve their situation. They have some misery, they want to mitigate that misery. They need some wealth, they pray to God for wealth. Artho, artharthi. You see? So at least they are a little better than those who are indifferent. Those who are indifferent, they're actually in tamoguna. It's not striking them. They're just life, let it go. That's the kind of a very, very low level of awareness. The next level of awareness is the understanding of piety. Piety, pious activities bring these good results. Hence I must increase my pious activities. I must pray to God, I must pray to Krishna, I must, by the blessings of the Lord, I can get all these things. And that's how some people approach God. And Krishna says that yes, artho, artharthi. 4 kinds of people approach me. Those who are distressed, artha. Artharthi, those who are in need of wealth, they approach me. So this is the second level. That I perform good work, I can get it. The next level of development of consciousness is when one begins to wonder, why does this law exist like this? If we do good austerity, if we do tapasya, we will get, and some have not done, they are in an unfortunate situation. Some have done even more than me, and so they are in a more comfortable situation. And so the question comes, why does this law of karma exist as it exists? And I am also subjected to it. Why did this come about? Who made this law of karma? But which I am also subjected to. So this is in the second level, there was a recognition of the law of karma. I do good things, I'll get good result. The next level is to begin to question, why does this law exist like this, that I am subjected to? Now he has become a jignasi. Jignasu, now he is questioning. Why? So artho, artharthi, jignasu. A person has become inquisitive to know, why does the law exist as it exists? So from somebody it is not even striking, to a person who is slightly enlightened that yes, there is a law of karma and this is the way I can get. And the next is, why does the law of karma operate? Who made this? The next question is, what was the intent of the person who made this law? What was he intending? What was the purpose of the law? So, there are 2 kinds of studies. Even Western philosophers talk about this. One study is to understand cause-effect. There is an effect. What was the cause? So, there is good position, Janma, Aishwarya, Shruta, Shri. The cause is tapas, punya. By punya one has acquired some, by tapas one has acquired some punya, and that punya has resulted in Janma, Aishwarya, Shruta, Shri. So cause, effect, understanding. That is one kind of a analysis. Western philosophers also have another kind of an analysis which is very much true in the Vedic literatures. This is called teleological analysis. Teleology means not doing cause-effect analysis, but trying to find the intent of that situation or of that law. So that is the next level of jignasa. What was the intent of the Creator who made this law of karma? That's the next level of seeking. Jignasu is one who has become a seeker. So, a jignasu, who is fortunate, who has done sukruti, he also approaches Krishna or Krishna's representative. That is what Krishna is saying. Chaturvitha bhajante mam ejana sukrutino arjuna. They have performed sukruti. That is why they are approaching me. Artho artarthi jignasu. And the next level is jnani cha bharatarshava. So one who has understood what is the intent of the Creator, what is the purpose of this creation, why the creation exists this way, why the law exists in this way. So he is a more enlightened person. So we can see in human life, in the human society, these 4 levels of development of consciousness. So there are people like Agnidra who recognize, who is in the level 1, who understand that these things, tapas is required. And what tapasya have you done, Purva Chitti? You have got such beauty. And I also wish to perform austerity. Together let us perform so that we will have good life. So large number of people, pious people, are in that level of consciousness. And a further trigger is to ask the question, why these arrangements? There is another associated question one should think about. Why is it that I am attracted to richness, beauty, knowledge, and all such things? What is it? Why is it that I am attracted to such things? Why? There is a principle of attraction, and there is an attraction to certain things. You see, in this world, if there is power, we are attracted. Just like yesterday, we had a powerful person in our country visiting us, and we had taken them to the Akshay Patra kitchen when we were coming out. The entire higher taste, all the employees, all the people, they were all at the glass door watching. You see, when you see a powerful man come, power attracts. Beauty attracts. Wealth attracts. Knowledge attracts. Renunciation attracts. Fame attracts. So why is it that I am attracted to all these things? What is that? So these are jignasa. This is called Brahma jignasa. Why does these things exist in the way it is? And the Vedic literatures provide answer to those. And the next level is when someone is fully enlightened and he understands Vasudeva Sarvamiti. After many, many lifetime of cultivation of such enlightenment, when one is fully enlightened, he understands Vasudeva Sarvamiti Samahatma Sudurlabhaha Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanavan Mam Prapadyate. And such Jnanavan, enlightened people, what do? They surrender to Krishna. Because they understand Krishna is the doer of everything. Krishna is the one who has created this universe. Krishna is the one who has created the arrangement in this world. And Krishna's intent for creating this world is to reform the living entities who have turned away from Him. Give them an opportunity to be independent of Him, which is not constitutional to them, and gradually reform them. And hence, we must agree to the reformation process and surrender to Krishna so that we can go back to the spiritual world. And Krishna is the repository, He is the reservoir of all wealth, all fame, all beauty. I'm actually connected to Him. I'm supposed to be, in my constitutional nature, I'm attracted to Him. Being disconnected to Him, disconnected from Him, I am attracted to such manifestations, in a temporary manifestations of beauty, truth, beauty, power, fame, knowledge, and all such things in this material world. I am attracted to those things. So when let me elevate my consciousness, when I am fully enlightened, then I will be attracted to Krishna, who is the reservoir of all these things. So that is a jnani. So like this in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is analyzing all these different states of consciousness in the human society. What is evolution of consciousness? How this evolution can happen? And that's why Prabhupada describes Bhagavad Gita is the text on the science of God. It is a science. It is not some sentiment. There is a science, and the Bhagavad Gita explains that science. So here, Agnidra is enlightened to that extent. He understands that tapas is the one which is creating this. Now, this word, tapognam, he's asking Purvachitti, where did you learn this art of tapognam? You're dismantling the austerities of people who want to perform austerity. So, this is something that as spiritualists, aspiring spiritualists, we also have to be careful about. What can dismantle and break our determination to perform austerities and practice spiritual life? So, Krishna also explains, an attitude of bhoga can do dharma, tapogna. An attitude of enjoying in this world. It has happened to Agnidra also. He wanted to enjoy the company of Purvachitti, and tapogna has happened to him. So, bhoga and attraction for Aishwarya. That is why Krishna says, Bhoga Aishwarya. Bhoga Aishwarya prasaktanam taya apahruta chetasam. If we are carried away, that attraction to Bhoga and Aishwarya, attachment and attraction to Bhoga and Aishwarya can result in tapogna. So, Krishna is warning that if you want to take to this path of spiritual realization, Bhogaishwarya prasaktanam taya pahruta chetasam vyavasayatmika buddhi samadhau na vidhiyate. Vyavasayatmika buddhi means, here the buddhi means intelligence. It also means a certain understanding, a conviction, a resolution, resolute determination. Prabhupada translates that as resolute determination. Vyavasayatmika buddhi. So, vyavasayatmika buddhi means, resolution means, generally a resolution is, after a certain amount of analysis of pros and that's why you have a meeting, and in a meeting different views are presented, and then you analyze the views and then you make a resolution. Right? That's why it is called a resolution. Resolution is a considered conclusion. It's after a lot of consideration. So vyavasayatmika buddhi means a person who has in his life or in many lifetimes he has thought about it and come to the conclusion that he has made a vyavasayatmika buddhi samadho. I must attain samadhi. Samadhi means here, Prabhupada explains in the purport of that verse, it refers to determination for understanding who I am. See, who am I? Am I this body? Am I this mind, the thinking mind? Am I the analyzing intelligence? Or am I the experiencer of all these things? The body, the thoughts of the mind, the analyzing intelligence. Who am I? Atma Tattvam. I want to know the truth about myself. No one can say, I'm not sufficiently inspired about spiritual life. Spiritual life is about knowing ourselves. Don't we want to know ourselves? Who we are? So that and the Vedic literatures describe who the glorious we are. And we are that glorious self when he is in the company and serving the glorious Lord. To reinstate the true glory of ourselves, the Vedic literatures are giving this knowledge of spiritual life. So, these are tapogna. And one has to be careful about bhoga, aishwarya, because and taya apahruta chetasam, carried away, being bewildered by bhoga and aishwarya. And in our sampradaya, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu further analyzes what are the different things that can create, that can become tapogna, killer of tapas, killer of the determination to practice austerity. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tells puja, pratishta, labha. Puja being after adoration. Puja is adoration. So we like to be adored. Puja, pratishtha, and to be well established. Profit, adoration, distinction. That's how Prabhupada translates. Profit, labha. Labha is this janma, aishwarya, shruta, shri. Get all those kind of material benefits. And very interestingly, Srila Prabhupada points out one more very unusual kind of a tapogna, a killer of the determination for austerity, and that is scholarship of Vedic knowledge. So someone can become very big scholar of Vedic knowledge, but may miss out that process and the practice of Krishna consciousness. There was one disciple of Srila Prabhupada. He was very smart in learning language, and he started learning Sanskrit. Prabhupada encouraged him. There were a few devotees like the disciples of Prabhupada, Westerners, but they had very quick, some people have that ability to learn a language, and some of them had. And they were learning Sanskrit, and Prabhupada was encouraging. But Prabhupada, to one of them, he wrote a letter, and he warns him that you have to be careful about it. Because, Prabhupada explains, if you try to be a scholar, others will try to imitate you. because you like to be known as a scholar in this world. And so, with Vedic knowledge, you try to become a scholar. So, all the others will appreciate them. And then Prabhupada says, if you give too much importance to scholarship, others will try to imitate you. And it so happened that Devotee had written a letter to Prabhupada that I'm doing this, Srila Prabhupada, and my wife is trying to imitate me. So already it was happening. So Prabhupada said, just like your wife, you are saying, is trying to imitate you. And if you give too much emphasis to the scholarly line, our devotional line will become slackened. So this is an extraordinary instruction of Srila Prabhupada, because he wants us to be focused on the devotional line. Because ultimately, bhaktyamam abhijanati yavan yaschasmi tattvataha. We cannot know Krishna by scholarship. We can know Krishna only by bhakti. So the whole process is about bhakti, and Prabhupada, so careful in his presentation, he was warning the devotees that if you take to scholarship, others will simply try to imitate you, and line of bhakti can become slackened. In our sampradaya, there were stalwart scholars, Jiva Goswami, Rupa Goswami, extraordinary scholars, but so fixed on the path of course, they were great associates of Krishna himself who had come, associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who had come to serve the mission of the Lord. And we can see such scholarship, but so much devoted. So there are examples, there can be examples of somebody very scholarly, but missing the point of really the path, practicing the path of devotion. So all of these, puja, pratishta, vidya, jnana, scholarship, all of these things can become hurdles on the path of tapasya that one has to be careful about. In fact, in the same line, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami writes in Chaitanya Charitamrita, he gives a warning, Bahu Shastre, Bahu Vakya, Chitte Brahmahaya. If somebody is studying too many Vedic literatures, Bahu Shastre, Bahu Vakya, and studying too many Vyakhyana, various interpretations of the Vedic literatures, if somebody does that, Chitta Brahmahaya, in one's Chitta, consciousness, one's intelligence will become bewildered. Because there are too many Vedic literatures. If somebody is reading too many Vedic literatures and he will, too many different interpretations, Chitta Brahmahaya. And then he further analyzes, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, he says, Sadhana, Sadhya Sadhana Shreshta, Nahaya Nishchaya. What is sadhana? What is the process? And what is the sadhya? What is the goal? Sadhana is the process. Sadhya is the goal of the process. What is to be achieved? And what is the process to achieve? Nahaya Nishchaya. One will not be able to come to a conclusion. Final conclusion. What is the So even when it comes to just see the number of hurdles that one can possibly encounter. Bhoga, Aishwarya, and puja, pratishta, labha, and scholarship, and Vedic scholarship can also become a hurdle. And so This is how, and this is one of the very special things about Prabhupada and all the immediately preceding acharyas. All of them prepared this knowledge and put it on a firm foundation. Now it can go all over the world. And that is why Srila Prabhupada, who represented the parampara with great sensitivity and balance, presented all of these conclusions very carefully in the institution that Srila Prabhupada created. It's an extraordinary transcendental creation that Srila Prabhupada has done. And if we carefully follow the process, that's why Prabhupada said these three books are important. Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita. And we have enough that Prabhupada has given. Whole life we can be immersed in this. So, very wonderfully Prabhupada has designed and given this process of Krishna consciousness in the Krishna consciousness mode. Stop here. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.